Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Urchak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is the Mayim in Atlanta, and I want to take a look at this Nepal story that's going on. They've been raging over there the last few days, and this account, JMO, gives a pretty good rundown of what's happening. And I did check out his main page, and it said it's a parody account, but as far as this rundown goes, it's pretty spot on, except for the PM's wife being alive or not. It's kind of up in the air. Zitter, Twitter, or X is saying that she's still alive, but nonetheless, this rundown is pretty good. Or it's just basic, just makes it pretty basic to you. It says, for those who haven't been following, this Nepal story is effing crazy. It says a bunch of teens and early 20s kids plan to start a social movement against the current regime on social issues and economical inequalities, and supposedly they have a very corrupt government over there. This government gets wind of it scaling and tries to geo-block social media. So they tried to turn their social media off. And as Kashakwala in my camp, Kashakala, said, they took away these people's social media and they lost it. They completely raged out. But it says people get more pissed off, start protesting because you block their social media. It's a drug, and they should know that. But it says government can't handle the protests. They lift the social media ban, but this doesn't do anything. People just organize further. They burn down the parliament building, the PM's house, beats the shit out of the finance minister in the streets, kills the PM's wife, which that's the part that even right here it says that claims that former Nepal PM Jala Nath Kanal's wife, Rabbi Lakshmi Shetrakar, has died are false. So we'll say that's false, but keep going. It says kids elect their own new PM on their Discord server. He's an ex-Chief Justice of the Supreme Court who was part of the 1990 revolution that ended the monarchy. And it says Army Heads acknowledges the validity of the Discord vote and is meeting the new interim PM to discuss elections for new leadership going forward. And so they were raging out over there. You're seeing all these buildings burning, them dragging some leaders through the streets. Pretty wild stuff, but it's a sign of the times because the time of the Gentiles is coming to a close, and it's going to go out in crazy violence all around the world. It's going to be, it says, earthquakes and uproars of the people. That's how we know that Yahweh Shai is near.
Of this nation, or will you let it remain in shackles? King Miranda once said, even if I die, shall my country live on? All the youths, carry these words in your heart and engrave a monument of Cain.
I will say, this does seem like it has some type of alphabet organization, one of Esau's alphabet organizations, fingerprints on this, especially with the Discord server and the organization.
The cause of history. Nepal is ours, and its future is in our hands.
Could be. And then you take a look at this guy and how he...
Will we change?
Take a look at this guy and how he's speaking, and it seems very trained. And it seems trained after a certain historical figure as well. And so, as a man, speaking as a man, I think Esau's fingers are on this, and he's usually there. If thou findest trouble, he shall be near. paraphrasing, but let's listen to this guy.
Will we change the fate of this nation, or will we let it remain in shackles? King Miranda once said, even if I die, shall my country live on? All the youths, carry these words in your heart and engrave a monument of change in the course of history. Nepal is ours, and its future is in our hands. Jai Yuva, Jai Nepal!
So you can see he sounds very similar, same tone.
Will we change the fate of this nation, or will we let it remain in shackles? King Miranda once said, even if I die, shall my country live on? All the youths, carry these words in your heart and engrave a monument of...
All goes into the Heavenly Father's will, into the will of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, and bringing down the kingdoms. But the second Esdras 9 and verse 1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we're watching and measuring the prophecies as they come. And this is really showing time and what time we're in, which we're at the time of Yahweh Shai's return. It's very soon near. It's nigh. Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which we're seeing massive amounts of earthquakes. There's just one in Afghanistan that last I saw it was 3,000 people that it took out. There's that huge one in Japan that had tsunami warnings on the west coast of America. Tsunami warnings over there in Japan and in Russia. Oh, I think it was the earthquake happened in Russia, but the waves were sent out through the Pacific, so of course Japan got it. And I don't think anything came to the west coast, but nonetheless they were putting tsunami warnings out. We're seeing earthquakes, and what's going on in Nepal is evidence of uproars of the people. We also see that basically Europe's on fire as well. They're raging over there, especially in France, like usual. These are uproars of the people. You're seeing Esau here in America and around the world all butthurt and about to uproar over their martyr. These are uproars of the people in the world. These are just signs of the times. These prophecies are coming to pass. And these people are eventually going to go at it. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the beginning, from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Because he's declared the end from the beginning. It says, for like it's all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. We are at the end. We're at the end of Esau's world. That's why Esau is having a hard time. He sees his world ending. He sees that he has but a short time. Even these regular Edomites are actually seeing this. But they're the devil, so good for them. Gawada Yahweh B'Shem El Shai for showing them that their world is ending. Keep on showing them. Baba Kashah. Second Esdras 15, because these uproars of the people are going to turn into sedition. Second Esdras 15 and 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. So the end of these people too, through the sword, any weapon, anything that could be used to cause hurt. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's what happened in Nepal. And that's what's about to happen here in Babylon the Great. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. So just straight up rebellion against the government. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. He's not in Nepal. They had a PM. They didn't regard him. Sounds like his wife as well. Not saying she died or not, but didn't regard her. They set those government buildings on fire. They are not regarding their kings nor princes. Over here in America, it's your judges, your senators, your governors, the president, vice presidents. These are your kings, your modern day kings and princes. And most people around the world are saying that their governments are full of it. That they lie to them constantly and don't actually look out for their interests here in Babylon the Great. They see that the land of Israel controls them. They're about to lose it. And we're going to see high level rebellion all across Babylon, all across the world. It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're going to be able to do this, and it's not going to be officers out here to quail them or to arrest them. This is all hell's about to break loose. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So once this happens, martial law will be in effect. And there'll be curfews and areas that you're allowed to go and not to go. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. This is still going into uproars of the people. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, because the hearts of many shall wax cold, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And the Lord is strengthening the division here in Babylon the Great, America, but also around the world. And this is going to have people in a cold state. They're going to see their neighbor as an enemy. And they're also going to be hungry. So, you know how people get when they're hangry. So they're going to do what they need to do to feed their families and to satiate their, I'm not going to call it a bloodlust, but their differences, satiate these differences. But yeah, we're at the end of Esau's world, and it's beautiful. It's happening, and just keep watching the prophecies. We're measuring the times diligently. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Urchak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.